Have you ever wondered what goes bump in the night? What could be lurking round the corner? What shadows are waiting for us in the dark? Why we feel like we are being watched by the mysterious eyes of an unknown entity? When all rational explanations have been exhausted, it only leaves one explanation: the paranormal. Take a journey into the realm of the paranormal with your hosts, Damon Penny and Ben Winfield. We explore all things paranormal, from mediums to apparitions, from orbs to the occult, from demons to angels, and everything in between. So strap in and join us as we explore into the unknown. And don't forget, things can get a little strange. The Other Dimension Show, on Pulse Talk Radio.
I've really got to change that beginning. It still says Pulse. Welcome, everybody. It's a Friday Night Paranormal Fix. It's The Other Dimension, and we're live with my co-presenters, the beautiful Louisa Brown, and the even more beautiful Ben Winfield.
The boss lady.
Yeah, the boss lady and the boss man and the skivvy. That's me. Welcome along, everybody. It's The Other Dimension Show, and tonight we have got a big show for you. We're joined by our friend from all the way across the pond from the US of the A, Mr. Wild Bill. He'll be coming on very shortly. Oh, he's on now. Welcome, Bill.
What has Ben doing?
Ben screwed it all up again.
What does Sam do?
Hold on, I've got this. I've got your
Actually,
back.
I like that because I'm not on. Oops, there it is.
Welcome along, Bill.
I failed miserably. No one trusts me with technology.
You had one job, right? Seriously, one job.
And he's doing a pretty good job of it. He's holding the couch down.
That's all I'm holding down.
Right, that's his one job. Keep the chair from moving, and he's doing a good job.
Oh, dearie me. It's going to be an epic show tonight, guys. We're joined by a very good friend of mine of Ben's, all the way from Virginia, if I got that right, in the US of the A, Mr. Wild Bill, in the building. I've got it wrong in it.
Not Virginia.
Ding, 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 ding. No, I'm not in the state of inbreeders, no.
Oh, well, I swear it was Virginia.
No, I wouldn't swear. That's not nice to swear.
Where you? Oh, I'll give up. That's it. I'm right.
I would too. I would give up.
Let's start again. Hello, everybody. Oh, it's going to be an epic show tonight, guys. Honestly, I'm really looking forward to this one. Shouts out to Annette locked in. How you doing? We are going to get down to business.
Okay. Well, no. Before we get down to business, let's clarify this real quick.
Yeah, do this.
I am not from Virginia.
Right.
I am from
I knew that.
I am from my mother.
Okay.
But right now at this time, I live in Atlanta, Georgia.
I was close. I was only like 300
No,
miles
you're
away. It's
only about 5 states away.
Exactly.
I mean, it would take me about 10 hours of constant driving to get to Virginia border.
Or I'm not even going to go there. I already feel like a pillar because we've only just started.
I tell you what, you need to loosen that rubber band in your hair because I think it's kind of put a strain on something else.
Yeah. I've literally got it pulled so tight back, my brain's not working.
That's what I was trying to say. I was trying to be nice. But go ahead, Damon. Go ahead and continue opening up the show. You were doing a good job. Keep going.
Thanks, Bill. Cheers. Right. Shout out to Jeanette, out to Kathy. Right, it's The Other Dimension Show. We're joined by Wild Bill tonight. It's a no holds barred, anything goes. And we're just going to get down to business. Before we start, don't forget, guys, if you do want to support the show, head over to patreon.com/The Other Dimension. We will be uploading shows there very, very soon. Shout out to everybody that caught Louisa's tea leaf divination. Did you do it? Or
Damon?
No, that's
after the show.
Oh, yeah.
No,
tea
Damon
leaf
hasn't watched it, has he?
No, everyone. Wow, what is wrong with me tonight? Jesus Christ.
Loosen the rubber band, please.
Hold on. All right, hold on. Let's go for it.
Loosen it up.
Oh, dear.
No more strain on the brake. There you
Right, and
Man, that made you look so much better.
There we go.
But bring it
Right,
down in
take it
front.
away,
Bring
man.
it down in front a little bit more, though. Bring it down in front a little bit more.
no, it stays up, Bill. Otherwise, I look like something from the Addams Family.
That,
Oh,
that would look a lot.
see it.
Right now, Cousin
Like
It would
in
look
a
a lot better.
hole.
Yes. I mean, I
Right.
like Cousin It myself.
Big
Right,
shout out
so-
to Paul because he's got COVID at the minute. Bless him.
Ah,
All mystics
hope
have
you
got
get better,
COVID,
Paul.
so
Hope you get better.
I'll get
Yeah,
back
shout out to
them.
Paul. Hope you get better soon, mate. Right, so everyone's waiting for Lou's tea leaf divination speciality tonight. It will be on after the show.
At half past.
At 50 because she's got to set up. She's got to go and make a cup of tea, which is quite rare for Lou because normally she gets everyone else to make it for her.
Yeah.
Or unless you like Damon, who is the king of divination at the minute because he's already seen the show.
Yeah,
Totally.
exactly. See, you're not actually speaking to Damon. You're talking to Damon from a parallel universe. He's about 4 hours in front of us. So,
Actually, folks, to be honest, this show right here was recorded next week or last week.
oh my God.
Always a pleasure, man. Always a pleasure.
Oh, right. And also, I'm going to get this out. I've got to get the housekeeping out of the way. Don't forget to tune in on Sunday at 7:30, where I will be taking over on the Occult and History and Science show with Ben and Lou, where we'll be doing Norse mythology to let Ben get over his hangover, which he'll be sustaining on Saturday evening.
I can't drink. I'm on tablets.
Oh,
Oh, dear.
It is so, guys. I can start my new book on the angelic and demonic hierarchy system with their talismans and seals separately. Also giving
I'm
a
having
break-
another drink. I need it.
giving a breakdown on how they are connected to each other.
Talking of
That's
breakdowns,
right.
I've just had one. Literally. Oh, dear.
Kathy Adams, I agree with you. There is nothing wrong with the Adams family. A matter of fact, my grandmother's last name was Adams, Addams, like on the Adams family. Yes.
Oh my God, I just realised I know Kathy Adams. What a I'm really having a bad night. Jesus Christ.
Yes. Yes. Are you need to call on Damon? You need to call on somebody that you know.
Hold on, I'm going to go and get a Ouija board. I'll be back in a second.
I don't think he count that one.
Well, the only friends I have, Bill, are Ben, Lou,
No.
you, and all the ones that are dead. So
No, that's not what I meant. Yeah, right. Well, the one you called on, they say he's dead.
who am I calling on?
Well, just a second ago, you said Jesus Christ.
Oh, bloody hell. Oh, yeah.
Bill, his brain's a bit slow today.
It went right
Honestly,
by him.
it has been such a mad week. Like, I've just been busy. I've been doing the tarot cards for Jade. I've been doing bits for Vonnie. And now I know how Ben feels with Slang and Bone. It's like, it's crazy. That's second job. It's crazy. So, yeah. But tonight, guys, we're just going to get down to nitty gritty. Whatever goes, goes. We've got no subject. If anyone wants to start us off on a subject or anything, hit it up there in the chat. If you want to ask Bill any questions, I'm sure he'll give you his honest opinion on whatever you ask.
Well, then, Bill, start the rabbit hole that I told you to open up with. Let's take Damon down the hole.
Which hole?
That
Got
sounds
me right here.
so wrong.
I know at the minute, I think we should just take him back out like old Yeller and do him over.
That was my favorite scene in the movie was when they shot Old Yeller.
Right, I see what it is. It's not special guest Wild Bill, it's pick on Damon night. Okay, that's fine. I'm ready for it. I've got my
No.
steel proof jacket on. Steel
Well,
proof.
so what? Ben, I hate to say this. I've got CRS disease, and I forgot which rabbit hole you want me to take them down.
Pick any. at the
Oh,
minute.
okay, that's good. That's good. Okay. Okay. So are we going to stick with paranormal?
Yeah.
Anything goes. Anything goes.
Anything goes.
We're going to talk religion.
Oh,
I'm just trying.
That's living life on the edge.
With me, it is, hey, I will take you up to the pit and throw your ass in.
Well, Bill, you're a I don't know what you call him, a pastor, vicar, reverend,
priest,
reverend. Yeah, priest. That's the
reverend. Here, I tell you what. I'll help you out. Hold on, just a second.
So let's go down this rabbit hole. Let's go right.
I'll tell you what. You and Ben talk just a second, and I'll be right back. I mean, I'll be here and I'm listening and everything, but I'm about to help you out, though, Damon.
I don't think he's gone beyond help. He's
Well,
in that Bermuda triangle of help.
Yeah, it might help him to remember what I am.
Right there you go, Reverend. I got it right, Reverend. So Bill, let's get down to the nitty-gritty. As a reverend, what is? Because I've been in times where I've gone and spoke to reverends and priests and pastors and that about the paranormal, and 9 times out of 10 they don't believe what I'm saying. It's almost as if they're not allowed to.
Okay, well, see, I'm a minister. I'm a spiritualist, Reverend.
Right.
You're talking about going and talking to Christian ministers.
Yeah, or Catholic ministers.
Well, that's still Christian.
Fine line between the two.
Yeah, they're both the same.
They both believe in God. They both believe in Jesus. That's pretty much Christian.
Yeah, I've never actually determined the difference between Catholics and Christians. I was raised as a Roman Catholic, so I don't.
It's literally political. That's the only reason.
So was I. I was raised as Orthodox Roman Catholic. Ask me if I can still speak Latin, and I'll tell you.
No, I can't either.
You don't use it, you lose it. You know. But there again, too, most of the times too, when we were doing the stuff in church, it's written in a book anyway, so you can just read it. You know.
Yeah.
And it reads well enough that you can make it sound like you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
When all the words like, what did you just say? I don't know. I'm just responding to those guys down there in the brown cloaks. You know, hey, I don't know. You know?
See, the question I wanted to ask was because I didn't know you was a spiritualist minister, but the question I've always wanted to know, and I've always wanted to speak to somebody and ask them, why is it that in the Christian and the Catholic faith that it's deemed wrong to believe in spirits and the paranormal, but yet one of the 3 main figures is the Holy Spirit itself?
Well, they believe probably the easiest way to explain it, because there again, like I said, I was raised Catholic, I was raised Christian and everything. I still do services for Christian for the different beliefs and everything. I can do it. Yes, right now. Can I? But see, right now you need. You're getting me distracted, Ben.
Sorry, mate. I'm just helping you out.
Well, when I see that shirt, I expect to see Pinhead below it. Hell Priest.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah.
That's who I expect to see below. Yeah, can I? I've done that many a times. I've told people they'd be praying and stuff, and depending on the person, it's like, you getting any answers? It's like, no. It's like, well, God's probably busy right now. Can I help you? But anyways, as we were talking though, Damon, I'm sorry. What it is basically they believe that once you die, you go to one place or the other.
Yeah, Judgment Day, isn't it?
You don't. I mean, you go to the grave for your physical body to be raised or whatever, but your spirit supposedly goes either to heaven or to hell. So and that's pretty much their beliefs. That's good. That's cool. Because there's also other religions too that don't. Well, no. Wait. Let me think of another one that don't believe in them. Hold on, give me about an hour. I'll figure out one. Right now at this exact moment, I really can't think of one.
Well, the Nordic, the Vikings, they don't believe in a straight heaven and hell scenario. but they do believe that if you haven't been a good warrior or been true to your Nordic self, that you get sent down to hell. But it's spelled Hel.
Right.
So sort of along that same line.
Right. Or you go to Valhalla.
Well, it depends, because there's two different types of god in the Nordic religion. You have the Aesir and the Vanir, and they both live in different parts of Asgard. So you can go to Valhalla, but the dead are split into two between Odin and Frey.
Maybe I should have said then you go to Asgard.
Yeah, Asgard. Yeah, one of the seven realms. Yeah, but it's just what Bill. What sort of made you change from going from that Catholic upbringing and change you into spirituality?
Well, there was a couple of things. One, when I was going through medical school, my second major. What am I hearing in the background that's fighting?
That's the devil dog.
That's the mascot attacking Lou.
Okay, I'm sorry. I got caught up by what Annette Locke said. Annette, I do agree with you. As far as heaven is concerned, we might talk about that one. But as far as hell is on this earth, I do believe that also sometimes. As a matter of fact, I will tell people I believe that hell is here on this earth. And, you know, but anyway, back to you, Damon, when you was asking me what changed me into doing that is, I guess, probably the simplest reason that I chose to be spiritualist is because I study them all.
Yeah.
And I'm not very familiar with the Nordic one because that's one that that's kind of a new one to me. Nordic. I mean, it's been around and everything, but as far as me getting a grasp on it and stuff, even with most people, you've got to think that Nordic wasn't even really big until these new Viking programs came on, and you had Thor from the Avengers and from Asgard. But but the one thing though that really made me change one was probably to say that experiencing visiting the different types of churches in the Christian, and I'm going to stick with Christian belief.
Yeah.
I mean, like you've got the Catholics. I will tell you now, the Catholics, I was excommunicated from the Catholics because they didn't like it too much when I explained to them that the Pope was the Antichrist.
I've heard that concept before.
They didn't like it. They did not like that too much. Then I went to the other different religions, and basically they all say the same thing. The only one that doesn't is the Jewish religion, and that's because the Messiah has not come yet, so they don't recognize the Jesus part. But they do recognize the Old Testament, though, of God. But after going around and looking at all the different types of religions, like the Church of God, Church of Christ, Assembly of God, the Methodists, the Presbyterians, the Baptists, after going around, to be perfectly honest, they all scared me.
Yeah.
And then in college, I did study theology and everything and different religions and all that. And I started looking and I started going, wow, we have all these religions. But yet, when you put them together and you read it all together and read in between the lines, they are all the same thing, basically.
Yeah, I agree.
They just have different names.
Yeah.
And there again, people's also got to remember too that other than like the Wiccans, the Christianity is one of the newest religions there is.
Yeah, and the breakaway concepts of, like you said, Methodist and Baptist and stuff like
that.
The
Lutheran. Well, basically, they all supposedly they all broke away from Catholicism.
Supposedly, yeah.
Because Luther broke away from Catholicism, started the Lutheran Church. The Lutheran at that point, some broke off. I mean, you had the Methodists, they broke off. Presbyterians broke off because, matter of fact, Methodists, they still recognize the Catholic Church as the mother church.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was about 16th century when the Christianity in England broke off from Catholicism. It was Henry VIII, 1500. I think it was 1509. Yeah, 1509.
Yeah, because he wanted a divorce, didn't he? So he
Yeah.
decided to change the word to the Church of England.
And
the
that's
thing
when
is,
they,
I was.
yeah,
Go on,
that's
Bob.
when they
Go on,
came up
Bob,
with
sorry.
Protestants.
The thing I find is with these breakaways, like you said, like the Lutherans, you've got the Methodists and that. I find that they breed sort of more fanatics when it comes to religion in itself, because they're so sort of like, it's almost like having a niche in a certain thing. You know, when you have like, because I kind of different concepts of music because I grew up as a DJ, so you'd have like a style of music and then it would niche off into sort of the same sort of music but in a different style, and people would be so heavily into it. It would bring people that love that style of music, and that's what I believe with the breakaway parts of religion. That's what it does.
I guess you could compare it to music like that. I mean, that was a very good way of putting it, because you were right, because you've got your general idea, and then you have your different style after that.
Yeah.
And your different styles are your different denominations.
Yeah.
And but what gets me though is that that particular belief though doesn't realize that the same things that they talk about, like coming up this Sunday, Jesus arising from the dead.
Stuff.
There was other religions that had that same exact thing thousands of years before the Christians ever thought about it.
Yep.
Well, yeah,
100%.
They all talk about the same thing. They all talk about the same thing, just in different times and with different names. Yeah.
Catholicism's a break off from Judaism, and Judaism is a break off of it begins with Z.
Zion.
Zionism.
Yeah.
Zionism.
Which break
Zoroastrianism.
A Persian belief.
What is it?
Yeah. Zoroastrianism.
But see, what I'm talking about though is I'm talking about the Hindu religion. I'm talking about the Muslim religions. All of them, they all say the same thing that the Christian religions do, except for it's just by a different name.
Yeah.
Well, they were all there before the beginning of it.
Right. And real quick, I want you to put that comment back up from Annette Locke, that one. Annette, you can get the lost books of the Bible. You can find them. And
if you've got a friend like Ben.
The thing is, though, Annette, depending on what your belief is and how you feel, be careful on reading them.
Yeah, I've managed to read partly the book of Mary Magdalene, and that blew my mind. And I don't know if I'm right or wrong here, Ben. Isn't the book of Enoch supposed to be a breakaway book from the Bible?
Oh, the book of Enoch it wasn't a breakaway, it was removed.
That's it, by Constantine.
Okay, here's I've got a little bit of trivia here for boys and girls.
Go for it, man.
Okay, first off, how many? All right, I'm not a lover of religion. Fear life, fear death, be terrified.
Yeah.
100% in that. You're 100% right on that. The concept of evil was developed as a religious part in the first place to keep the faith in fear, in sin.
I'll say the Christian religion, yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so basically, answer. Okay, I was dadgum. I had something on my mind real quick. I was going to say before Annette threw that one in there. What I was going to say is that. Golly, I love that. I love it when my brain goes on a Bahama cruise and leaves me standing at the curb with the luggage.
You were talking about you going to set some trip.
I really hope it enjoys this cruise. I really do. And if I can find that boat, I'm going to sink that son of a gun.
You was talking about doing some trivia, Bill, for everyone.
Trivia. There we go. Thank you, sir. I knew if I waited long enough, somebody'd come up with what happened. Okay, first off, how many disciples were there?
12.
Okay, good. That's good. And of course, that's not counting Mary Magdalene.
Yeah, so technically
No.
it's 13.
So 13 actually, because she was also a disciple.
Wasn't that? I don't think the 12 included Judas as well, because that would be 14 then, wouldn't it?
No, Judas was one of the 12. Judas didn't kill
Technically.
himself until after the Last Supper.
Technically, there's 14 because there's a young boy that's described as following Jesus.
Right. I mean, but true disciples, there was 12.
Yeah, there was 12.
Yeah.
12 disciples that were identified.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, how many disciples are responsible for writing the Bible?
None of them.
Wrong.
I don't know.
What do you say, Damon?
Well, you got Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. So that'd be 4. I don't know. I only ones I know, the 4 main ones.
There was 4 of the disciples that wrote the Bible, and that was the 4. Because the other disciples also had books in the Bible too, but they were removed.
Yeah.
Because those 4 decided what went into the Bible.
Yeah.
So a lot of the Bible, that's where a lot of the lost books of the Bible came from, because they say the lost books of the Bible. There was some that was in the original Bible that was taken out, but then there was a lot of books that was never put in the Bible that should have been put in the Bible.
Yeah.
So actually, just looking at the lost books of the Bible, you're not going to receive the full list, because, like I said, there was other books also that should have been put in there by the disciples and the followers that were denied because that magic 4 didn't like what they said. Now, here's what always got me, though. Okay, you know what happens when people start when they start passing something along, a story along, how it gets embellished.
Chinese whispers.
You know, it's, you know, just different, you know, it gets embellished, things get taken out, others get put in, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Do you realize that the Bible itself was not compiled until 400 years after Jesus's death?
Yeah. And then it was revisited by Emperor Constantine I during the Council of Nicaea with all the heads of the religious community. It was to do with something to take the population from pagan to Christianity, wasn't it?
Right. But the thing was, though, what I'm trying to get to, though, is that the word that is written in the Bible, everybody takes in Christianity takes as gospel. That is the truth. That's what, and it's not, because I can prove that, because, for instance, like, and this is the one now I always love, that because everybody knows, people, I will let y'all know that, yes, I do believe in a supreme being. I do. I live here in Southeast United States, in Georgia, not Virginia, but in Georgia. And down here is part of what is known as the Bible Belt. Yeah. What they call the hard shell Southern Baptist.
Yeah.
All right. Golly. But where was I getting? Oh, okay. And for them, there is nothing else but God and Jesus. That's it. You know, basically, the Hindu religion doesn't exist. Muslims don't really exist. All that kind, you know, it's theirs. And it's the Christian belief only, and that is the true way. All right, now, on that, I really love this, and this is the one. Like, I practice. I try not to really. Well, one thing I don't talk about is politics.
Yeah.
That's a bad road to go down. You know, it's just not worth it. That is more of a person's private personal choice. You know, because you don't hear people going out and on the street corner trying to get you to believe in their belief in politics. Religion, you do. People try, you know, they they say they're just trying to testify, and to witness for the Lord. But a lot of times they try to cram it down your throat.
Yeah.
But what I really love being down here in Georgia in the Southern Bible Belt, I will have the Holy Rollers. They will start talking and stuff, and then they'll bring me into the conversation. But and well, real quick though, I will say that what I was trying to get to earlier on the Bible part is that even after the original Bible, the Gutenberg was the first common translated Bible. I will put it like that. It was the first common translated Bible was the German Gutenberg Bible.
Mm-hmm.
And in it, in Genesis, and this is usually what I try to start off with when somebody brings me into a religious conversation who is Southern Baptist or Christian, is that in Genesis, it said that God created man and woman. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, the Christians will tell you in his likeness, singular, his likeness.
Mm-hmm.
Gutenberg Bible states that man was created in their likeness.
Yeah.
Meaning more than one. So
which is a pagan belief system.
There is two or more, would be two or more, which at that point, that kind of takes away from the Bible right there. But anyway, as the Bible goes along, though, through the years, there has been Bibles written like Good News for Modern Man. Your different versions like the
James I Bible.
Yeah, I do my studies on the King James version is what I use.
Yeah, there you can pick one of them up now. They're only about 40 grand.
Well, here's mine right here. Here's the one I do my studies with right here. There again, I've also got the book for Krishna. I've also got the Hindu book. I've got it all, but we get posted letters now from our local. I have got a cure for the Jehovah's Witness, by the way. If they come to your door, I will tell if you really don't want to talk to the Jehovah's Witness when they come, I've got a way to tell you that they will walk away.
That would help.
And they won't come back. When they do come back up that street, they will cross the road, and the person that's with them, if they weren't there at that time, they'll point and say, "Don't go to that house." But anyway, this is my King James version right here.
Wow. Yeah, we were looking at them online, weren't we?
This is the one
the original printed ones I were looking at. Well,
and this is the original. This is written in the original King James version, right here.
Mm-hmm.
And even this Bible right here even says in the front that God created them in their likeness. In this one,
Kathy says they don't knock on my door anymore since I opened the door with my pet rat hanging out of my mouth.
Oh, see, that wouldn't bother me. I maybe just thought you was just getting ready for supper. I wouldn't,
They stopped knocking on when I used to live at my mum's. They stopped knocking on her door since I opened the door in full Viking reenactment gear with one of my mates covered in fake blood. The incidents stopped coming to the door after that.
Well, see, now, okay, that's good. But I can tell you, you don't have to be dressed in nothing. You don't want it. But here, all you got to do is say this. When they come to your door and they knock on it, you open up the door and the first thing they will ask you is, "Can we tell you about our Lord and Savior?"
Mm-hmm.
You just look at them and say, "Yeah, fantastic. If I can tell you about my Lord and Savior first."
Yeah.
And then you kind of look at you kind of funny. And that's when you look at them and go, "Have you held Satan today?" It's over. It's gone. They're gone.
The thing is, right, it's like we always say on the show, me and Ben always preach on the show, we don't try and convert people into the way we think. Ben's like an atheist or an agnostic or whatever. I'm Norse Viking. We don't try and preach that to get people to join our religion and stuff like that and think the way we think. we pose questions for the general public for them to then work out for themselves.
And see, I basically do the same thing, but I don't pose questions. I just tell facts. But I will let you accept what you want to and deny what you want to. And you can deny it to my face. It's not going to hurt my feelings because I know what I believe.
Yeah.
You're not going to change me. I mean, now, you could change me, but it's going to have to be some good proof. It's just like in the paranormal field. There's just some things I really don't believe in, and I'm really well. There again, in the paranormal, you want to call it industry, whatever. And everybody that knows me, I am known as a skeptic believer.
Kathy says, I followed Lakota teachings from the age of 8. I don't know what that is.
Lakota's Native American. That's indigenous. That's Native American.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a Native American beliefs.
Yeah, you wouldn't know that, Damon, because it's not in the. It's not a big thing in this country. So
you'd got to study. You'd have to study the stuff in the U.S. But as I was saying, real quick though, but you know, I let the people. Oh, as I was getting to, like when I was on jury duty about religion, real quick, a woman behind me, she was reading the Bible and stuff, and I was sitting up in front of her, and she said something to me, and it had to do with religion. And at that point, it opened it up for me because I look at it this way: somebody approaches me about it, they've opened the door. They're saying they are willing for me to come in. Okay, fine. I'm not going to keep my mouth shut. That's for sure. People that know me know that. Matter of fact, it's easier for them to try to keep me from opening my mouth than to try to get me to talk. But she started bringing it up, and I asked. I mean, I just asked her. I said, "Well, ma'am," I said, "let me ask you this. I want to ask you this because she brought up Genesis is how it started."
Yeah.
And I asked her, I said, "Well, ma'am, let me ask you this." I said, "Who was the first female that God created?" And she goes, "God created Adam and Eve."
No.
So I said, "Are you telling me then that Eve was the first woman?"
No.
Yes, Eve was the first woman that God created. Now, see, there's another story on that too, because the magic word, God created them in Eden. That was humans already on Earth.
Yep.
There was just was nobody in Eden yet.
Exactly.
Because otherwise, when in the Bible, and see, I get away from what I was saying. So in the Bible, when they say we are brothers and sisters, if Eden was it, and man and Adam and Eve was it, we're a race of inbreeders. And you really are my brother. And you really are my brother.
I've never looked at it that way. I've never ever looked at it that way.
You just saw Damon's light switch. What are you back? You've already attacked me twice.
You told me to do it, so I did it, Ben.
Yeah, Joel, I've never thought of thinking it that way.
But we would all be inbreeders then.
Yeah.
But anyway, long story short, let's go back to the woman. She told me Adam and Eve, and I explained to her about Lilith. And that Eve was created from man's left rib. His lower left rib was taken, and he put Adam to sleep. Actually, he gave him laughing gas. You know, he gave him gas and put him to sleep, and did surgery on him, removed the rib, and took the DNAs and made a female. And he took that one chromosome out and made a female. And when Adam awoke, Eve was there beside him. And the reason why God did that, does anybody know why God made Eve? Let's even look at the comments here, see if anybody.
Yeah, I know why.
Anybody that's watching, does anybody know why God made Eve?
If they watch the show, Bill, if they watch the show quite regularly, that me and Ben have spoke about this story quite 30 times. Okay. How can you be
well, you and that you could, but you would also have to go through their well, where Catholics have catechism, Jews have they have their schooling too. I can't remember what it's called right now. I'd have to get my books out.
They learn about the tree of the Kabbalah and the way it's set up like that, don't they?
Well, it's like I said, it's like how Catholicism, you have to go through all their stuff, and, you know, their schooling.
You have to go read Torah and all that sort of stuff again.
Right. With Jews, Jewish religion. With the Jews, you got to go back through, study the Torah and all that. You just can't simply go back into it. If you've never been in it, half forgiven. Well, how can you be half forgiven?
Yeah, big shout out to Annette. I agree with you on that one. I mean, end of the day, it's a personal choice what you believe in.
Right.
Whether...
But just remember though that. Like I said, Lilith was actually the first woman. And let me go. The reason why God did make Eve was because Lilith would not be subservient to Adam. She said she was actually your first women's liber. Yeah. And it's also, Bill, I've read a concept from someone else, and it's been bouncing around a lot in like sort of the religious debate world, that there was actually 3 women, that God created 3 women for Adam. And there was one previous to Lilith, but they never gave her a name. See, I've never heard that one. I've always bounced around a few times.
Yeah, the beginning, basically, it's an old thing that has finally come back to surface, that there was 3 women. The beginning was that Adam was created equal with this woman. It didn't go out well. So Lilith was created from Adam. No, Lilith was not created from Adam. This is the theory. I'm just. Okay. It was created. They were created not from body parts, but created from the same sort of, as you'd say, DNA. The same chemical mixture. Yeah. Right. Okay. As Adam, that didn't work. So then the theory is that that's then led on to Eve.
And also, Ben, that would tie into the fact that we always talk about the same thing that goes from every religion that me and you have studied, the story of the 3 fates, the 3 women, the mother, maiden, and crone, the 3 sisters. Oh yeah, now I know of the 3 sisters. Now that I know about. Yeah, but I didn't. But I'm still stuck on this half forgiven stuff. I'm sorry. It's all right. I'm still trying to work out myself. I don't see how you can be half forgiven for anything.
It is where that you are half forgiven is when you are forgiven by God, but still have to prove the ability that you recognize your sin and are willing to commit otherwise to redemption of that sin.
Right. Well, for me, you can't be forgiven until you do that. Mm-hmm. So there is no half forgiven.
Yeah.
The only thing I can see half forgiven for is you put down all your bad traits. Yeah. I forgive you for these 10, but not these 10. That's half forgiven. Yeah. And if you actually look at it in all seriousness, if you look at it from a scientific point of view, the psychological point of view, if you look at human behavior in itself, we only learn from the mistakes that we make. Humans cannot learn from things that we do right. We can learn from mistakes. So technically speaking, when you're talking about a religion that recognizes sin and people that don't sin, they're not recognizing the fact that in human nature, we learn from sin. Well, see, now I will agree. You do learn from your mistakes, but you also learn from your achievements too. For the simple, well, you said that you don't, because for the simple reason, I will put it like, I'll give you a good for instance. Mm-hmm. Go on, man. When I was in the military, we were out on the range. Yeah. I pulled the pin from my hand grenade. I learned to throw it. Yeah. Well, yeah. Right. Yeah. I learned from my achievement that you do not hold on to that bad boy. Now, if I was going to learn from my failures, at that point, I would not be able to learn because I would not be there anymore. Yeah, but did you learn from your achievement, or did you learn from your fear of making a mistake, for the consequence of if you made a mistake?
I learned from my achievement because, believe it or not, when you go through the training, they do tell you, pull the pin and then throw the grenade. So I would have to say from my achievement.
Yeah, no, that does make sense. Yeah,
from my training and achievement. And then I can also go even deeper than that and say, I have learned from my training and achievement in the medical field, not from my mistakes, but from my achievements. Because saving a life and what I did to do it is a learning achievement.
Yeah.
Other than doing something and not doing something and letting the person die would be learning from my mistakes. So no, I think you can learn from your achievements. You can.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that you can't. I'm just saying if you look at the psychological books, stuff like people written by people like Carl Jung and people like that, he believes in human nature in itself, and that we can only learn from our mistakes, because once you commit a mistake, you're not going to make the same mistake twice, sort of thing. I mean, there's a really cool quote that I picked out the other night from Carl Jung, and I thought this is like, and I know it's completely off topic, but it's something that I wanted to bring up on the show.
Well, we don't have no topic today, remember? There is no topic today.
No. But his quote, and it's just, since I read it the other day, it's just rattled around in my brain, is that no matter how fast light travels, darkness is always there first.
Yeah. Darkness is always ahead of it. Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just something that's been playing about in my mind, and it's just, I think Carl Jung, I think he's just an amazing psychologist. And he suffered from schizophrenia himself, which was another amazing achievement.
No, actually, schizophrenia is actually quite nice, because instead of just having two entities to talk to, because see, now this is what I have to tell you, because everybody is schizophrenic to a point. We all have a little voice in our head. Yeah. Everybody has, it's an ego and an alter ego. Everybody has two personalities. So if you want to look at it that way, everybody's schizo. That's what my doctor told me when I came out of the military, because I had to have a reevaluation, and he says, everybody's schizo in one way or the other, because everybody's got two personalities. But the thing is,
I agree.
when you are truly what they call schizo, it is really beautiful, because sometimes those voices do come up with some good ideas. They really do. And I mean, and also too, sometimes depending on where you're at and stuff, they're actually better to have a conversation with than the people that are around you. So, what can you say? Because I mean, I do a lot of talking to myself, and people automatically go, well, if you talk to yourself, they say you're crazy, but if you answer yourself, you're really crazy. And I'll tell them, well, first off, I have been called crazy quite a few times. And yes, I do answer myself. You answer yourself? It's like, yes. I said, do you want me to tell you? Do you want me to tell you why I answer myself? And they go, why do you answer yourself then? Because right now, I am the only intelligent person around I know of that I can have a conversation with. And usually at that point, their mouth just kind of drops open, because they just don't really know what I just said. It's like, I'd rather talk to myself than talk to you. Okay, you just proved it.
But Bill needs that T-shirt that we see, Ben Joe, the one that says, "I've neither the time nor the crayons to explain this to you right now."
Well, actually, I've got the sign that's right over here beside me, and I always use it. As a matter of fact, I've pretty much adopted it. It just flat says, "You can't fix stupid."
Yeah. You know what I find though, Bill? Another thing that sort of on the thing you're saying now is that I find naivety is more prevalent for people acting stupid than it is for people literally without the intelligence to do so.
Yeah, you got to talk to them, because naive is a form of ignorance.
Mm-hmm.
Ignorance can be taught.
Yep.
It's just up to the person whether or not do they want to accept it or not.
I agree. I agree completely.
Stupid cannot be taught. You cannot teach anything to a stupid person. That's the reason why I say you can't fix stupid. I mean, now duct tape does work. It won't fix it, but it does keep it muffled pretty good.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, definitely.
But ignorance and seeing on that ignorance part, like you were saying earlier, you and Ben, y'all don't force religious opinions on like you're trying to get them to believe.
No.
I'm the same way. I will throw it out there. Like, for instance, the deal of the Bible, like the first woman. Also, too, about the Bible explains UFOs and aliens. Why can they not grasp it and believe it?
Yeah. There's a lot more evidence for it.
Moses talked to a burning bush. He's smoking better stuff than I got. And just different things. And then
just to clarify this on the other dimension, we do not suggest going out and trying different drugs. We do not promote drug use.
Well, no, but if you do decide to, always do not do it by yourself. Do it with somebody who is trained, because in my heritage, we do use Mother Nature.
Yeah.
Also, if you have a burning bush, please go to your local doctors and describe you have a
you got a problem. You might need some ointment. You might need an ointment or something, You've got a burning bush. But
let's just the boss, guys. God. And those Lou's just said to me and just stared at me and said, I left the room for 5 minutes and look what happened.
It's your fault, Lou.
Don't blame me.
They drugged me down. It was. I'm gonna blame it on Damon. Today's Damon Day.
Oh yeah, go on, blame me. That's right. Yeah, I spend all my time talking to Damon.
Damon drew me and Ben down the naughty hole. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I just want to apologize as well, guys, and everyone that's watching. As you saw halfway through the show, the pup decided that I was a target and randomly started attacking me.
She didn't randomly start attacking you. She was wanting to play with you.
Yeah.
Because she likes to play after she's eaten her tea. And you always get down on the floor and do rough play with her. And you've not done that today.
Well, Ben, if you wouldn't rub bologna all over your face, the smell of meat, you wouldn't.
I wish I did, because she bit my ear halfway through the show.
All I have to say,
you got an earring handy? Just go ahead and make another piercing for yourself. Yeah,
all I have to say, right, with the whole thing, because then it is your fault, because all men go to the left, because we all know that women are always right.
Yep.
Women are always right, no matter how wrong they are.
Yeah.
And if we have any guys out there that are thinking about getting married, always remember this: the correct answer is yes, dear.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm in slapping range of Lou, so I'm just going to nod.
And also, too, always remember this: marriage is a 50-50 thing. She says it, you do it. 50-50.
Yeah, 100%.
And if you don't believe me, you think about that while you're sleeping on the couch and she's in that nice soft bed. Think about it.
Why are you nodding? You've never slept on a sofa.
And there again, always remember this, guys. Always remember this, guys. Yes, you are the boss anytime she lets you.
Yeah, exactly. Yep, 100%, 100%. Happy wife, happy life. Actually, it's saying done it once, never, never again. Ayahuasca, man, it's the only way to fly.
Hey, I love my marriage, Miss Mel. I tell you what, Miss Melody. I tell you what, that woman has done so much for me. It ain't even funny. And on one last thing, I want to tell you this. Always remember this, guys. Happy wife, happy life.
Yeah.
It's that.
And I like the way I like the way, like, literally, right where we're speaking now, I'm the only one that doesn't have a partner, so this is great. So I'm the only one that's not going to get beaten to a pulp after the show.
I don't know. You wait. You're on a course.
Do we want to get into why there's not one there?
I'm just too much to handle, Bill. You know, I'm so much of a stud muffin.
Oh my God! Oh my God! He is a legend in his own mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that, boys and girls, is why he's joining the Navy.
Army.
No, man.
Navy.
I almost went down the gutter again. I almost went down and said, no, join the Navy. That way you can ride the waves.
Okay. Oh, yeah. I remember the conversation. Yeah. Oh, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But anyways, God, where were we? We've been on so many days. Oh, I want to ask you real quick, Ben. Let me do this because Damon's over there saying he's agnostic, he's atheist, he don't know what he is. Let me ask you this, Ben. Do you believe in a higher supreme being?
Do you know what?
Power, a higher supreme power.
I'm going to leave this for years because this has been an ongoing thing for as long as I've been studying cultology. I have a religion. I do follow a faith.
Okay.
But no one has ever got it right.
Well, the thing is my question, I'm still going back to my question. Do you believe in a supreme higher power?
I do.
It could be an alien. It could be an alien from the Centaur area, you know. But
I do, but I also don't. As weird as that sounds, I believe that people are in charge. That there is entities that are in charge.
Okay, but you are in charge. But you're in charge of your own thing. Okay, I can see that.
Yeah.
But do you believe though that you are a product of a higher power? Let's put it like that.
I believe I'm a product of evolution.
He's a Scientologist.
No, I have a brain. I have a brain. Aliens didn't arrive here on Boeing 737 jet.
You came from a fish?
Not from a fish. I believe there was.
That's evolution.
Yeah, I believe there was more of a sign.
Because you're trying to go with that Darwin theory.
No,
where man came from ape. Well, that's the only evolution one I know of.
I go more from the Sumerian belief.
Well, it's either you came from ape or you came from the primordial ooze.
Yeah, more down the line of ape. Then you have to look into the old histories of stuff. Sumerian beliefs.
I have, but I don't believe we came from apes.
No.
But anyway, what I was basically getting to though was if you did believe that there was a supreme being or a higher power, you would have to pretty kind of claim agnostic, because that's what agnostic is. Agnostic is saying, I believe that there is a higher power, but us calling him God, I don't know. I don't know about that.
Not in a single higher power. I don't believe in a single higher power.
It could be many. Well, there again, man was created in their likeness. Yeah. That's more than one. But
like I say, that's why people have been confused by me for years.
Can I just add into the conversation, right? That Ben, when you do decide, Bill, shut up. When you do decide to come out with your religion that you believe, can we have like a coming out party on the show?
To be fair,
on his religion, folks, on his religion, okay, not coming out of.
On this show, I have actually stated multiple times who and what my religion is.
I think you've even told me, and right now CRS is setting in, but I think you had this discussion.
So there's one for the fans. Over the years, I've actually said who I follow quite a few times.
The Flying Spaghetti Monster.
Damn straight.
Oh yeah.
I do have a religion. I do have
the heck with Cthulhu. The Flying Spaghetti Monster.
Yeah. But
it's strange though how. Go on, mate. Go on. Sorry.
That's right, buddy. Go on, mate.
We keep on walking all over him. He just sits there and doesn't do anything.
I feel really bad.
He knows that as soon as he opens up his mouth, we're going to walk on him.
I just find it strange how people feel that, like, they have to belong to something.
Yeah.
Like with me, it's the reason why I'm Norse is because I identify so much with the beliefs and the teachings and the creation story and the gods and stuff like that. I find myself more identifying with that way of thinking than any other way I've come across. But you do find people nowadays that do have to sort of fit themselves into a bracket. Instead of sitting there going, I don't know what I believe in. You know, people have to find that niche.
Answer me this, Mr. Penning.
Yep.
Do you have Nordic blood in you?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Okay, well then you can do it then. Never mind.
My ancestors,
It's
my ancestry traces back to Denmark.
Well, it's just the ones that try to claim stuff that really aren't. They're not. That's the reason why I was going to ask you, because if you'd said, no, I don't have any Nordic blood in me at all, I was going to chastise you. But never mind.
At least I answered the right way then.
Never mind. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. But, I mean, you pick what does you the best.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Choose what you can learn from. And like I said, choose which one does you best. If it's Christianity, go there. If it's, since Damon says it's separate, if it's Catholicism, well, go there. Go ahead. Whatever. And, have yourself a higher power that has the markings of pedophile on his robe. The triangle. No, that's the international time for pedophilia. For, let's see, the triangle, is that the general one or for boys? I can't remember.
My daughter wanted to be a Norse pagan. Since finding out we have Norwegian ancestry. Yeah, there's three. That's Kathy. There's three main. There's four main countries where the Nordic faith actually started from. You have Norway, Denmark, Iceland, and Finland. Those are the four main ones. What
was the fourth one?
The change of Nordic into you got Iceland, Norway, Denmark, and Finland. But there was a massive branch out.
I was thinking Greenland was in there too.
No, there is a famous Viking from Greenland. There is Eric the Red, Eric the Berserker, but he wasn't technically from Greenland. He got sent to Greenland. He got outlanded by the Carl at the time, Jarl Borg, because when they done the raid on Linda's farm in England, he went crazy and just started. That's where we get the saying from, this guy's going berserk.
Believe it or not, my favorite Viking in Viking lore is Eric the Viking.
Yeah. He was known as Eric the Red because of the amount of blood he shed, but his actual name was Eric Magnusson.
See, I relate with him when he went berserker. Yeah, I can kind of relate with that, because after I go out into the neighborhood a little bit, I can relate with him very well. The problem is it's just not legal for me to do it. Hold on, I'm going to. I got the boss calling in. Go ahead, y'all two talk.
All right, mate, no problem.
5 minutes pretty much, because Lou will be on in half an hour with her show.
Yep. So, guys, we are going to sort of head out on this one. Don't forget to keep it locked to the other dimension, because we do have Lou coming on afterwards with a name of divination that I can literally not pronounce. Lou, if you want to tell us what it's called.
I'm back.
Oh, thanks for shouting at me. What?
Divination.
So, yeah.
Sassy.
The tea leaf thing, the name of the tea leaf thing for Lou is, guess what's in the bottom of this damn cup?
Is it a Grim?
Is it
she on in half an hour, guys?
Is it tea or is it dandelion?
Yeah.
No, it's just tea.
It's jasmine tea I'm using tonight.
She will be on in half an hour, guys, so don't go anywhere.
Yep, make sure you keep it locked to that one. Yep. We can't stress it enough, guys. With Lou and her divination shows, it's definitely one to watch. Lou is definitely very good at divination, and it's not something you want to miss. So make sure you keep it locked to that one. Don't forget, guys, if you do want to support the show, head over to patreon.com/the other dimension, sign up and keep the lights on here at Studio 1, Studio 2. Also, please go and subscribe to the YouTube page. Once we hit 100 likes, we're going to run a competition for people to win a big Other Dimension bundle for you guys out there. All you have to do is go over to YouTube and just search The Other Dimension. All our shows are on there, including the one we just done with Bill. Guys, Bill, let us know if there's anywhere that anyone needs to reach you with any questions, or if they want to talk to you or anything like that. Just let the listeners know any information about you.
Go to Facebook and check out for Wild Bill. You will notice me because there will be a guy there with a dog collar on. That is me.
Yeah.
Feel free to ask me anything you want to. Message me if you want to. I'll put it like this. If it's going to be long enough, be prepared for a video chat because I hate typing. And plus also too, I like to see the expression on a person's face when I tell them certain things. I cannot. Do what, Ben?
It's always an interesting chat with you as well.
Yeah, 100%.
Usually, yeah. And you get to see the weird stuff that's in the room. Yeah.
So guys, don't forget to head over to there. If you want to check out Bill, just go into Facebook and search Wild Bill. If you have any questions, guys, I cannot stress this enough. If you need some information, Bill's your man. Trust me on that one, okay?
And if you try to friend me, let me know that you know me through this show. Otherwise, if I'm not familiar with you or you don't have many friends that I'm linked to, I will deny it. So let me know, and that you're coming from this weird show of The Other Dimension. And I will add you. But otherwise, if you just want to have just a talk, just go to my page, hit message, bring me up, and we'll go from there.
Wicked. Don't forget, guys, on Sunday at 7:30, I'll be doing the Norse Mythology Takeover show, taking over Ben's show for the history of occult and science. But from us, guys, we are out of here. Don't forget, keep it locked for Lou. Thank you to Wild Bill for coming onto the show. Thank you so much, my friend. I like that one.
God save the Queen.
And don't forget, guys, to catch us here every single Friday at 7 till 8 p.m. live here. But that's us. That's it from us, guys. That's it from me, and that's it from Ben and Lou.
Wiener Schnitzel.
Yeah. And don't forget, guys, if there's no other explanation, there is always and always will be The Other Dimension.